All right, welcome you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just getting this all set up. Always fun. Okay, so welcome. Glad you guys are all here. I am discussing detoxing this week. I love Detox Week because it makes me feel good. I love feeling good, and it makes me feel productive, and I actually get a lot done this week. So it's always fun, and I feel like, why don't we do it every single week then? And I guess it just comes down to, getting stuff done and trying to do all of this and remembering to do it all. So my name is Jen O'Sullivan, and I am a health and wellness and fitness nut, and I love all the stuff that comes with that. So that's it. So I will talk to you guys right now about muscle flushing and why and how to do that. So this morning I got a massage, and it's super important. I mean, it's like so funny because when you get that massage, you're like in there the whole time. So I'm all like puffy. It's like it's no big deal, but it's just funny that, you sit there and it's just amazing, but everything gets puffy on your face because your face is like holding the brunt of everything. But get a deep tissue massage if you can handle it. Before I go in, I'll put on a bunch of oils. I put on wintergreen and panaway. I put on lemon and lavender and peppermint. I'm literally oiling up before my massage. Some people do it after, and I think it's actually more beneficial to do it before and after. And the reason I do it before is because sometimes it hurts when I get a deep tissue, and sometimes it's like, whoo, like you get ticklish. And so by simply doing some panaway, and like I had my husband rub panaway and wintergreen on my back before I went, and then I rolled on the rest where I needed it. It's just a cool way to go in for a massage. It actually really does. It's helpful. What you do after that massage, though, is super important. You have to flush your system, because what happens with a muscle massage is that they are basically creating a bunch of lactic acid. They're releasing a bunch of toxins in your body just from the massage. And so oftentimes people think that they're sore after a massage because you got beat up. Technically, you didn't. It's mostly because of the stimulation of pulling toxins from your body, and there's a lot of lactic acid buildup. So what I like to do, and it's super important to consider this, is to not only drink a ton of water, and you'll hear that from all of the people whenever you go get a massage, is to drink as much water as you can. So just suck it down. Suck it down as much as you can. I actually will take a Toxxout bath, and I'll explain to you what a Toxxout bath is, and you're welcome to make your own. I get it through Toxxout. Toxxout is it's 3 different salts that they've combined to create, along with some essential oils, depending on which one you get. So they use lavender and tea tree oil, but it's basically the concept of really fine grain Epsom salt, so not the chunky stuff, and really fine grain Dead Sea salt, not the chunky stuff. Again, a lot of people sell these chunky things because they look interesting. It's not going to do anything for you. It's better to get the fine grain Dead Sea salt. It's not cheap. It's not super expensive. Toxxout has 2 X's in it, so it's Toxxout, like this. Toxxout. See that? What it is again, you can make it yourself. It doesn't ever bother me on that stuff. They have a proprietary blend, but generally speaking, it's you would just dump 2 cups of Epsom salt that you can get at Target or wherever, and then you'd have to special order Dead Sea salt, but I need you to get the fine grain salt. And what you're going to do is get the Dead Sea salt because it's a high sulfur content. They're very, very different constituents. Both salts have different compounds. And then they actually also have a product that uses the pink Himalayan salt as well. That also has really cool therapeutic qualities for sore muscles. So the thing about it, though, from a detox perspective, is that that's not only helping your muscles. It's super wild. It will pull toxins out of your system just by soaking in a bath for 20 minutes. I've heard of families that have kids that are on the spectrum will use this when they know that they got, gluten or something like that, or, having an episode, and they'll stick them in an Epsom bath, and it highly helps pull those toxins out of those kids' bodies that they're having that reaction from. And so I don't know that personally offhand, but I do know that when I get glutened, if I take a Toxxout bath, it super, super helps. Especially those Dead Sea salts. That to me is like priceless because of the sulfur content, and it helps your skin. So it's detoxing your skin as well. So, you know, literally you guys know that sulfur is really good for acne and like hair problems, scalp issues. And so I soak every part of my body. I will literally be like under the water. So I take a very hot bath after the massage, very hot bath, as low as possible. So I don't want to overfill the bath. I want to fill it just to where if I sunk my torso under, just my nose is sticking out. Like literally I can plug my nose and get everything under, and I will sit there and then breathe and then go back under and everything is covered. And then I will sit back up and I will have my legs be in the bath. Again, just barely covering my thighs. But I will hover. I want to hover. I don't want my whole body to be flat. I try to hover my body parts so that I can like get it all covered. And I'll sit there for like 15 minutes, both sections. So sometimes upwards of a half an hour. It's sort of boring, so I have a hard time with that because I like to move around. But you can just kind of flop it out every time. But if you can't find Dead Sea salts and you don't want to spend the money on Toxxout, go ahead and just get epsom bath and do 2 full cups, if not more. And then drop some tea tree oil into the bath itself. That is going to help pull the toxins. If you really have, like, if you got some sort of sports thing going on where you've got some knee, you know, tenderness, I actually will put the tea tree oil after the bath directly on those locations to help it even more get in there and help that area. So it's all just body support stuff, and the Toxxout is really great for that because it's pulling toxins out. That's what it's for. Based on the blend that they use. So again, you can go on different websites and find Dead Sea salt and Epsom salt. Probably the cheapest would be to buy it in larger bags. But that's just it for muscle pulling toxins out of your muscles. So I hope that helps. I hope that is good for you, being able to get on there and maybe get a massage this week, maybe having a friend do a massage for you. And you can if you put it in the water, it actually will get into the water. So there's a misconception about essential oils just like floating on water. That's not the case, and that you can understand that by when you do this. Like right now, I don't know if you guys can see this. All that oil is right on the top. It's like a yellow ring. But if I were to like pull that off, this water would still have a flavor of it, and you can tell it's actually in there. It's just not super, super strong. So doing it in hot water, it's actually going to obviously diffuse because that's steam and everything. You're going to be able to smell it. But I kid you not, you guys, when I do it, if you put pan away in the bathtub with you, it burns. So understand that. You know, there's this whole thought about the oils laying on the top and you would like go under and then you come out and it coats your body. Yeah, it does, but it still is in the water itself. So it's just, that's how oils work. Super, super, super small. Remember, they're under 300 AMUs or Daltons. They're very, very small particles. So the molecules in essential oils are very small. So to assume that they just float on top, they don't. They do actually get in there, just not as much as like when you visually see the floating oil. There's still stuff, you know. Think about it this way. You're in the ocean and your arm gets cut off. Sorry, graphic, right? There's a lot of blood. You can see the blood, right? How come a shark can smell your blood from miles away? I'm talking miles away. So again, this is Detox Week, not Shark Week. Had to throw the shark thing in there though. My son is so obsessed with sharks. But that's why, is because they're so small. Those are like essential oils. And they're quick. They travel through water quick. So just be aware that that's how it works. So I think that's hard because we get into this idea of, well, I can't see it, so it must just be what I can see is what's there, and that's what must be there, and that's not the case. Okay, so hopefully that helped clear up some issues about essential oils and water. But the Toxxout is great. I encourage you to just make your own. You know, you can buy it through Toxxout and they have it pre-made for you. Or you can go ahead and buy Dead Sea salts, but again, get super fine grained Dead Sea salt. Okay, and I like to do 2 cups of each. The Toxxout serving is 1 cup of each, so it depends on what you're doing. That's for general use, but if you are getting a deep tissue massage and then, you know, trying to detoxify your muscles and pull out those toxins, sometimes it's better to do more. So, and I actually, and this is gross, but you can actually, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, it's my husband, but I actually will shower, rinse off fully and shower, and then I will actually create a bath that's a Toxxout bath. We do this when we go snowboarding because we get, you know, you're working out and your muscles are killing you. And in order for us to snowboard the next day without any problems, without any sore muscles whatsoever, we both sit in a Toxxout bath, each of us. So I'll go first because I like the water really, really hot, and then he'll get in it next. So it works. It's awesome. All right, so hopefully that helps. And our last, I think we have one more. We talked about antioxidant flush, the first one. We talked about lung flushing for the second one. We talked about lymphatic flushing for the third one. We just talked about muscle flushing. Next, I'm going to talk about skin flushing, and then we're going to talk about spine flushing. Okay, so the first one covered water and antioxidant flushing just because that's part of this whole detox. And so, yeah, I'm excited, and I will see you at the next one. Okay, bye.